we are framed to believe that it's wrong to be supportive as a partner.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the way that we're groomed, the way that we're groomed, when you are married as a man, your wife must be the one taking care of you, not the other way around. So internally it feels weird to be a man and then you are cleaning, to be a man you are cooking, to be a man you are there preparing, you are waking up at 5 a.m. now.
Hello, everybody. This is the RAFAPA'S. This is TD Rafapa for those who are coming here for the first time, and I'm with my husband, Mr. Rafapa. They call you Mr. Rafapa, ne? Most of the people.
Rafapa. Many things to many people. Some call me a pastor, some call me a mentor, some call me a father. Some call
you Mr. T.
Some I'm Mr. T,
yes.
T-man, or whatever the case may be.
Yes.
It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. Living with the Rafapas.
We thank you so much for joining the community, for joining the family. We really appreciate, and we have seen your love. We have seen your dedication towards watching our videos. It's really appreciated. We'll always mention this thing. And if you are new here, welcome. I hope you will enjoy our videos. We are based more on relationship, love, marriage, and family. Right? Yes. Today we want to, as we always do, we want to do things a little bit different. Our baby's turning, our second born is turning 1 year. She turned 1 year on Friday. So I believe it's a milestone.
Yeah, it is.
And it's worth being appreciated, and we are grateful to God for this journey, because we're about to share what happened. It has been a journey, to be honest. We might not have shared it somewhere online or told anyone, but a lot has happened, and we thought maybe this is the time to share it since she's turning 1 year. By the way, we are a parent of two kids, and they are all girls. The first one is 5 years, and then the second one is just turned 1 year. So baby, I just want us to share, I don't know where to start. Maybe we can talk about, actually we are focusing on the season of our marriage during pregnancy.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And maybe we can start about, was this pregnancy planned?
I think this time it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it was. Because we've been speaking about it.
Yeah, it was planned, but for some reason we the time where you just lost focus, like we're no longer speaking about the issue of having another child and all of that, but it was something that was just always in our mind to have a second baby. And then out of nowhere, when we were not expecting, then boom, I found myself being pregnant, and it was so hectic because I started being sick. A lot of things were happening because I think that time I was working and I pricked myself at work. And because I didn't know whether the patient, after injecting the patient, I pricked myself with the same needle. So I didn't know whether the patient was infected with HIV or not. So just to be safe, I had to be on some medication for prevention so that I don't get infected with HIV. So knowing that they say there are a lot of symptoms that you're going to experience when you are using the medication I was drinking pills for 30 days. So in my mind, the way I was feeling, the emotions and everything, I thought it was because of the medication, the side effects of the medication. But for some reason, it was towards the treatment, the end of the treatment, I think I was left with maybe a week to finish. But for some reason, I told my husband, no, I'm feeling this is way more than the medication. I think something is not going right. Just clicked my mind and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go, tomorrow I'm just going to go and buy a pregnancy test. Because I was going to work, I had to do it at work. Then I went to work and then I even bought 2. I tested with the first one. It said I'm pregnant. I said, okay, let me do even the second one. I got the same results. And because of the nature of our relationship, it's so difficult to keep secrets. You know that thing, maybe I just wanted to surprise you and not tell you, maybe do some. I've seen other couples who will want to do a mini surprise of a reveal that we are pregnant. But for me, I couldn't hold it with me. So I was like, I called you right away, you remember? I just called you, did a video. Yes, we were at work. And then that was it.
And I jumped that day. I jumped because, we've been speaking about having a child. I think the firstborn is 4 years, is 5 now.
Yes.
So I think when she turned 2 or 3, the discussions of a child started coming.
And it was also it affected our marriage here and there because of we're not agreeing on one thing. When one couple wants to have another baby and the other one, you're not ready. So on my side, I felt like I'm not ready because I know pregnancy, the pain, because I experienced some labor pains, the emotions, and some mental health issues and all of that. All things that comes with pregnancy. I was afraid of that, so I felt like I'm not ready. But on the other side, my husband was ready. And such things can affect marriage, can affect couples, which why now we advise people that are yet to get married that those are the kind of topics that we need to talk about.
At the premarital, when we do premarital counselings,
yes,
to say agree on the number of kids that you guys are looking to have.
It should be clear.
The interval also. Or when the first one turns this age, at least we do another one, something like that. So, so I was pushy, I can say, and then I saw that she was not really comfortable, and I just withdrew myself and said, let me just be patient. Whenever she's ready, we will venture into that. And finally, she stopped the bargaining, those things.
Contraceptive,
what, and then we became pregnant. I love saying that we are pregnant, not she is pregnant. When my wife is pregnant, I'm equally pregnant.
That's actually how it's supposed to be.
So the excitement in my heart, I'm going to be a father again, and all of that. Now this little one. Sometimes when I go to work, she's crying. She wants me and what. It's very tiring, and she's I grow one on a meal. So even when you she's very heavy. So it's tiring. It's tiring, but it's so exciting to have these little ones by us. So we want to. You can theme this topic. Maybe we can talk about the season of marriage during pregnancy.
During pregnancy, yes.
Maybe it can be a title of the video. The season, what marriages go through. We'll just be referring with our own experiences what happened, and how we dealt with whatever happened. Because many people during pregnancy, they fight because
Yeah.
of many things changes in pregnancy. So maybe we just going to start with you.
Okay.
How was that
The period
season for you?
until I gave birth.
Yeah, you realizing now you are pregnant. The first, the first trimester.
Trimester, second trimester,
Yeah,
and the
what
third
was
one.
happening, and how were your emotions close to giving birth? You know, maybe I'll just be asking throwing questions there and there. Most
I don't
times
have much to say. Maybe it's on your side. Did whatever that was happening, maybe my emotions were affecting you. That's where you can share. But if I were to compare with my first pregnancy, this one was so bad. When it comes to issue of symptoms, morning sicknesses, and all of that, I was going through a lot. Like a lot was happening because with Kgothatso, the morning sickness was just the only thing that happened in both pregnancies was the issue of pains, back pains. I really experienced serious back pains. But yeah, during my at that time when I did some testing and I found that I was pregnant. I think it said when I went to the doctor, when they checked, it was like a month being pregnant. So the whole of first trimester, the morning sicknesses were so bad. I was not craving anything. Everything just, I didn't want to eat any. From the inside of my mouth, you'd want to eat something and just make yourself feel better because I was not myself. And I think the other thing, I was sleeping a lot. Yeah, I was just sleeping a lot. So I think the other advantage for me was that I experienced all of that when I was at home. I remember when did we know about this? December. Somewhere there, November, somewhere there. Yeah, I think around November, and then December was my last day at work. I stopped going to work. So the whole of my pregnancy, I was at home. So even how bad it was, I experienced all of those things when I was at home. And when it comes to my emotions, it depends. Some other days, I will just be so emotional. I don't know if you were realizing that those things were affecting you, because I remember saying with Kgothatso, you were saying, I hear people say women when they are pregnant they act weird, their emotions and all of that, but you never saw that with me. So I don't know with the second pregnancy, was that the same with you or what? But yeah, I had to endure and until 9 months, and with also 9 months I was just fed up. All I wanted around June was just to give birth. Yeah.
Hey, yeah, that's powerful.
Oh, the other thing, I just want to appreciate you about this, Rori. You have been there during pregnancy. You have supported me, even through all the things that I was experiencing. I just appreciate your care, being there. There are many people, they are going through this thing alone. As you have said, this is for both of us. We are pregnant, but it's not for everybody that thinks like that or take it like that. So when you have been there, I remember when during my last trimester, I couldn't even bath the kids. Some of the things I couldn't do. I was tired and all of that. But you have been there. Even though it was not something that you like, but you had to sacrifice. And during your busy schedule, you had to squeeze in some of the tasks. You'll sometimes cook. You'll wake up early in the morning and bath the kids for me, since I couldn't bend and all of that. So your emotional support and also supporting me in the house chores, I really appreciate it. So I felt it. I think it made my journey even more easier. As difficult as it is, but it really made my journey more easy. I remember even during first trimester, when I was vomiting and all of that, you'll be here and just rubbing me and checking me if I'm okay. Yeah, in a nutshell.
Yeah, and sometimes, when she was vomiting, you could feel I felt like your intestines are just good.
Yeah.
Like it was scary.
It's not nice to vomit.
Yeah. So it was really a challenging season for me. Because as excited as I was that we're going to have another child and all of that, the emotions around it and how things were happening, the responsibilities that came with it, you know, as you'd say, most men, I don't know, maybe it's our African mentality or what, you know. I just want to be careful on that. I think a boy child of my age, or maybe those also older than me, we are framed to believe that it's wrong to be supportive as a partner.
You think so?
Yeah, I think the way that we're groomed, ne? The way that we're groomed, when you are married as a man, your wife must be the one taking care of you, not the other way around. So internally it feels weird to be a man and then you are cleaning, to be a man you are cooking, to be a man you are there preparing, you are waking up at 5 a.m. now. Kids must go to school, their lunch boxes must be ready. It's a process to just maybe bath the kids, you know. Bath the kids, after Mola, you put a lotion on them. After Mola, you ask what are they wearing, they tell you what they are wearing. You are putting the clothes, the bags, everything. That process, when you are a man, it feels weird. Well, understand? But until you defeat that weirdness, there's nothing wrong. This is my child. This is my daughter that I'm preparing for school. You understand? There's nothing wrong with me helping, bringing a helping hand where needed to ensure that my child is going to school. So I think we were afraid because Linda was framed like that. Maybe now personally, how when I grew up I observed, because I used to wash dishes when I was still a little boy at home. They would even beat me or punish me for it if I didn't. But as you grow up and you start venturing into marriage and family setup, you enter with the mentality or you are a man. You can't be cleaning, you can't be washing dishes, you can't be doing laundry, you can't be doing all these things. That's why if you have this kind of a discussion with men, you will hear different perspective. Some don't have a problem with it, but some have a serious issue with it. You understand? So, during a time of pregnancy, when you are a husband, ne? And your wife is pregnant, your wife is not pregnant, you guys are pregnant. It's just that the child, God designed it in his predestined wisdom to create a womb to be carried by a woman. So the child eats through the woman. The child, is cared by everything inside the woman. That's why kids, they become more closer to their mothers.
Attached.
Yeah, because of their breastfeeding, all those things, the process and everything. So now, you as a man, what role can you play to ensure that the 9 months journey of pregnancy becomes easy and bearable for your partner? Wherever or whichever gap one can close. There are women who go to work pregnant. Ne? You said it yourself that for you it was easy because you were home. But let's say you had to go to work. Maybe financially it doesn't make sense for you to be home just because you are pregnant. It doesn't make sense. We understand. And I didn't stop going to work because of pregnancy. It was other issues that we decided that, okay, just stay at home. I think with Hotazo, you were going to work.
Until 9 months,
Yeah,
I think.
imagine going through that season, going through the season while you are going to work, and then you go to work, you come back from work, you still must clean, You still must, because as a man, I framed myself that these are your duties. You still must cook, you still must do. It becomes unreasonable, especially if I've got time in my hands.
But how were you coping?
It was not easy. It was not easy to wake up in. That's why we ended up saying, let's get a stay in after birth. Someone, because my duties of work, there are meetings I couldn't show up to because you are there, you need my support and help. So I can't be leaving you here and saying I'm going to a meeting, what. If I had to work, I had to work from home. And working from home is difficult. Because while you are busy working, the kids are making noise, the kids are disturbing, the kids are doing this. My wife is pregnant also. She's going through her own emotions.
Wow.
I need to be... So other things had to suffer so that I focus
even
on...
small little things can just make you so emotional. Eh?
Yeah. So I had to understand, okay, this is the season where we are in, but it will pass. All I have to do is to give the support I can give as a man.
Understanding the seasons.
Yeah. If I have to cook, I will stand up there and cook. I don't know whether my food was good or what, but if I have to cook, I will cook.
But you used to cook.
If
Why now do you feel like you because you take time to cook?
I eat nice things now. So when you're eating nice things and you're cooking and then it's not nice, you start doubting yourself. Then it becomes such like problematic in those areas where men struggle to understand how supportive they can be. That's why a lot of Asadi, they go through this thing alone. All right, yeah. So as we were speaking that, as a man, know your role in the pregnancy. Woman. It makes you emotionally attached to...
Were you emotionally attached? Good, I just want to hear your side of view. I can hear you are speaking about the overall how men should behave during pregnancy and what. I'm interested in you. How were you feeling? You were emotionally attached?
No, in that space, my mental state during the season was not about me.
But were there days where I was affecting you? Maybe it was emotions to me.
Obviously, there will be such days. Not like it will affect her like
Like so irritate.
But it will just be like heaviness, especially when like I've got some important things I need to do. And then I'm unable. That alone, let alone whatever is happening around me. If I've got things to do and I can't do them, you know how it affects me.
The other thing that I know that affects you is when I'm not okay.
Yes.
You start also like feeling somehow, not feeling, get affected. So on days where I was just quiet, mooding.
No, sometimes I get bored. Sometimes I'll know maybe she's irritated because of the house is not as clean as she wants it. Or maybe the room is not as tidy as she would prefer it. And all of that, or maybe
we were supposed to do something and you didn't do it.
Yeah, so I'm used to that. You are a perfectionist, and sometimes when things are not the way that you want, I will just see how your posture. So I don't think that part affected me. It's just that sometimes you'll wake up, you're tired as a person also, and you have to wake up in the morning. the kids must go to school. There's no way you can run away from that.
Yeah.
So in that moment, days differs. Also, in my emotions, I would feel one thing that will console me, Gore, you do this every day yourself as a woman. So I became appreciative for it. Yeah,
This task look easier, but
yeah.
actually it's not nice here.
So it becomes very difficult in that stage.
Are you ready for the next child? Can you survive the season again, or you think we should plan it somehow? We should have someone to really help us if we go through that after what you experienced.
I think we need to stay in nanny. We need to stay in nanny during the time of pregnancy, so that they can assist with some of the chores.
So basically, our marriage was not really shaken. Eh? We managed to make it work and play our role in understanding the season
We
that
passed
we
through
are
the
in.
season, but I think now with the scar that we are having now, we remember with the first child there was no kid to prepare to go to school.
I was carrying the baby
You were
everywhere.
carrying the baby everywhere. So
Yeah.
and you were going to work. So we leave each other in the morning, we meet late at night.
So actually, we must understand the nature of the marriage, ne?
Yeah,
Or the
so-
season you are in. It's different.
It's different. So now there are three. Remember, we also took the last born at home. Was staying with her as our child. So
Yeah.
now there are two. It's her and Hotato. They are still babies. They need to be prepared to go to school. The third child has been carried. So the time of pregnancy of Hotato differs from the time of
The one
pregnancy
of
of
Rori.
Rori.
Yes.
Because with Rori, there's more responsibilities now. With Hotato, we're staying in a, I think, 2-room flat or bachelor or what? I don't remember. I think were we not in...
5-room something. It was a little bigger, yeah. Somewhere in social get that one. Got the access.
Oh, we're staying good XX, yeah. And how were we working there? Were we with someone? I don't remember.
I don't really remember Nerdu. Like, I think we stayed there after giving birth. You remember? We stayed there after I gave birth. I don't remember that time when we during pregnancy.
Hotato, we were in Princess Park in town.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Remember, Hotato came immediately after our marriage.
Yes,
Now
we're
we
that side
didn't
of
stay.
Joburg.
Yeah, and now we didn't stay. No, not in town, Pretoria. When we went to Joburg, she was starting to walk.
Eish, I learned it's even confusing.
Yeah, so it was just us and, work. We were still excited about our marriage and all of that. So such kind of things, you look at the roles. Like now, if I'm going to be asked about parenting, if I had Hotato alone, I would give a different view. But now I'm a father to Hotato and Rorisa. They are two opposite.
You're also learning something about the other child. The parenting skill is different.
Hotato didn't have problems. She still doesn't. So kids are different. So if I'm to be asked now, I'll definitely give different views.
Yeah.
This child, Rori is a different child.
Yeah.
Even the way that she was born,
and
what happened, the events during her birth, and all that.
Yeah.
It was very. You see, that is the part where I was really affected. After Rori was born.
Yeah. So it came. I remember the 10th. Around 2 a.m. That's why I started experiencing some pains, labor pains. I thought, or maybe now I know them better. I would hear people saying, or when you have a second child, it's with experience, even how the pains are. But yeah, I knew better a little bit. So normally when you start experiencing pain for the first time, you'll think, no, they must rush you to the hospital. But those pains, they increase. So you can stay at the hospital for a longer time if you rush to go to the hospital. So with me, I was like, no. The pain started around 2 a.m. and I was like, okay, I will go in the morning. Just wake up in the morning, bath, eat, just listening to the pains, but not rush. to go to the hospital. Yes, we did that. I think I went there around 9:10. I bathed by that time. I was at home, so we rushed. We went to the hospital, and then when I got there, when they checked me, the centimeters, it was still, I think it was 3, 4, around there, or 2, 3, 4, and then they just said I can't go back home. I'll just remain here. So when I was at the hospital, people will come, give birth, and go, you know. And I'm just there, and I'm experiencing pain. I think it's the same thing with Hotatso, but with Rorisang was much better, because with Hotatso I felt pains for close to 4 days. So with Rorisang, the pain started 2 a.m. in the morning on the 10th, and then 2 a.m. in the morning on the 10th, and then throughout the day, I was at the hospital listening to pains, going up and down, trying to play with that balloon. You know, they will try to say, do 1, 2, 3, they will check. And when I felt the pains like a lot, I would ask them for them to check me if maybe I'm about to deliver. And they will say, no, you're still on 4 centimeters. My heart, it's like they were not moving, but the pains were getting worse. And at the hospital, sometimes you'll stay on one side trying to, I think they check, I don't know whether they check whether the heart rate of the child, whether she's doing well. And then for that time, I just had to bear the pain, but that pain is not nice. You feel like you can just give it to your mother, and then during the time of giving, even when during the time of delivery, when you give birth, it's better than labor pains, you see. And then around 7, they had to see, mother, this person has been here. When new nurses come and doctors will be like, I got they check the files. It's like, this person came so early in the morning. People come and go, what's wrong with you? The other thing that was not happening, my water was not breaking. So around 11, they had to break it. The nurse who was on duty that day had to break it, and then continue checking me. I was on pains. I remember there was a time they injected me. I was also sleepy, but I couldn't sleep. And then around 1, that's where the nurse thought, oh no, I think the dilation were increasing. I think I was now on 8 centimeter, 9 somewhere there. It's like, no, I think it's time to give birth. But I was struggling. I was struggling to give birth. The nurses tried to push me, do all of those things, but it was so difficult. I went with the doctor who was on duty, and then it reached a point where I have to push, reach a point where they told me, Rori, if you don't push harder, it might affect the baby. And there are a lot of people, they get out of the hospital with the mother didn't survive, or the baby didn't survive also. Dead because of now the baby's suffocating for long. That time of delivery, the baby must be delivered but can't get out of. So we reached a point where they pushed me, they tried to help me, and then I gave birth. Mara, when they checked, the baby couldn't cry. They expect her, the baby must cry. Every baby should cry after giving birth. But my baby didn't cry, and mostly to nurses and doctors, it's something to be concerned about, or why. So when they checked, they thought maybe it's because of I took time to give birth. So when they told me, they said, I can't take the baby and go home that time. She needs to be admitted at ICU because of it affected the breathing, and also they said the oxygen went to the brain, the medical terms and all of that. So she needs to be checked. They can't just say, because it's a full baby and then she's alive, but she was not crying, all of that. They can just take the baby, you go with the baby home. Yeah, I was just sitting there because they took time to tell me. Just worried what is happening. Other people will come and all of that. We'll hear from the other room. But after some time, I think she cried, Mara, they still said her no, she needs to be admitted at the ICU, and then I had to stay at the hospital until the baby's fine. So yeah, I couldn't go home. And then that season I think it was difficult for both me and you. You know, when the term of ngwana go in ICU, that on its own it's frustrating. You don't know whether the child will be fine, but we were praying about it. We told our parents, our spiritual parents about it, and they put us in their prayers to pray for us. And how long did I take there? I stayed for a week.
Yeah, I think a week and a few days.
Yeah, so they will move the baby from ICU to high care. Yeah, I think it was high care. And when she's at high care, that's where then think they can see her actually this child is better, it's getting better and all of that. Yeah, during that time also we hold each other's hand, but it was not easy. It was not easy at all. I know it affected you so much. Yeah, you were so much affected. But yeah, it reached a point where I have to get out of the hospital. And we have to go home. But
yeah, during that time is actually the time where it hit me. I lost all the strength that I had, and but I just kept on reminding myself that the God that I serve will never forsaken me. So, but it was not easy. It was difficult.
Yeah.
I remember this is the child that I was always looking forward to. Now I'm told she's in the ICU.
And they were telling us, because of what happened might affect
how she grows up.
How she grows up.
Might not grow up normally and all of that. But now I see
she's fine. Yeah, she's fine. Not like she's fine. She's growing, even maturing faster, I think. Yeah.
You know, and even after her birth, this one, she can't use this milk, what, she will react to things like those things. She's allergic to what.
Yeah, she's just a different baby.
She can't eat 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus, why these things? You know, that's why now, so they give you compassion, especially because I'm a pastor, I'm in ministry. There are people who experience such things. You give birth to a child, the child is not normal, the child doesn't... and it affects you as a parent.
Yeah, the child grows up, but it's not developing faster, like there are some, dysfunction, complications
this
and
one,
all of that.
So, with Rori Sang, I was not expecting to see her grow healthy and normal like this. Where you can, sometimes we trivialize miracles. This is a miracle.
Yeah, it is. Just because we survived this, we might think, now she was just going to be fine.
Yeah, this is a miracle. It just shows how God can be faithful.
Yeah.
When you are faithful to Him. So, that was a season that actually, for me, it was not easy. The tears were rolling down my eyes. They've got crying was God. Because I was crying before God to say, God, show your face here. Let your will be done. But here we are today. She just turned 1 year old, and we're looking for more birthdays to follow.
Yeah.
To say, this is a child. That's why praise the Lord.
Yeah, it's really a miracle.
Yeah, so I think in that season, it's where you now learn, especially because this one is our second born and with more responsibilities and all that. It's where you learn. I think now we can start planning the third child. Or when are we going to have the third child and what should be happening when the third child or before the third child can come. I used to be a person who rush having kids. Now now we're gonna take at least Rori must send home a 4 in your hand. then maybe we can try another child and we see how far it takes. The other thing is that we had a gender reveal, remember?
Yes.
We had a gender reveal. It was a surprise for her. Because we decided
they really surprised me that day.
we decided we are not going to go to the doctor to check the gender of the child, because maybe we were going to do gender reveal somewhere, just planned it like that. So I planned it without her, and then we were both looking forward to a boy child. Right, to say, you know, God, indoor, I am fan. Yeah, it will be great. So I was very sure of myself. Even when I checked, and I was very sure this one is a boy. So now we do a gender reveal. One of my brother went to the doctor, told him what the gender of the child is. Then they prepared those things of
Poopa pops.
yeah, if it's pinky color, it's a girl. And then if it's
Even
blue,
the cake, a lot of things
yeah.
were
So then now it's time for the child's gender to be revealed. Boom! It's a girl.
Girl.
It's a girl.
You know, by that time and now, it's like, okay, no, it's fine. But in my mind, I was like, what if the doctor missed it? Maybe it's a boy. That's why even when I was buying clothes, I was buying based on those colors still, or neutral colors.
Yeah, they can accommodate both.
They can accommodate both.
Yeah, because this thing that I'm about to touch is very sensitive, and it affects a lot of people in marriage. Ne? I was looking forward to a boy child, but God gave me a girl child. Some people or fathers, you know, when you're a father and they say you have a son, you have a boy child and everything. Me, I'm the only boy child of both my parents. You understand? And I remember one day speaking to my biological father, and he was blessing me. I don't know, God will give you a boy child. You can see how, as men, sometimes when we have boy children, like that thing, it secures the next generation. Again, we believe that these ones will be married, and then when they are married, your legacy will die, something like that. It's mostly the reasons behind why people want to have boy children. To say, I want my surname to continue, my legacy to continue, like that. But my brother, if God has given you, if you are a girl is father, according to the will of God, learn to love the girls.
Yeah.
Learn to accept them. Those are your children. You can have a boy child who becomes a nyaupe boy.
And sometimes I feel like those things is just Rena personally as bad. We neglect what God is doing and the purpose of God. There's something that God knew, when you must have this kind of a child, and whether a boy or a girl. Rena, because of Rena, we really standard, our own standard
We
as
plan,
people,
right?
we play.
It's like there's two boys here. I know parents, they've got boy kids who are troublesome. Like, they are troublesome. And the same parents will have girl children who are responsible. If you are a father to a boy and a girl, the boy is not responsible, the girl is responsible. Who will you trust more with your assets? Who will you trust more if you are running business to take over your business? You can see that this boy, if I write in a will that he must be the one continuing with my business, that will be the death of my business. But if I leave it to this girl child of mine, they will secure the next generation. So sometimes it's asking God for wisdom. If God has given you girl children, ask God for their destinies and mentor them and groom them according to, because you know. And the other thing, we grew up with this mentality, or accuse no, when I don't want to give this one, boy children,
it's wrong, that thing. And we misinterpret it.
Let me educate you. I did life science. Ne? When you're in science, these health things. chromosomes. What's it? Chromosomes. If I'm a male, I've got an X and a Y chromosome. Each one of you, even you who's watching, you've got 2 chromosomes. If you are a female, you have XX, the XJ2. If you are a male, you have XY chromosome. When we meet intimately, you release one chromosome, I release one chromosome. So me, I can either release an X or a Y. You have 2 X's. There's no way you can release a... The person who determines the gender of a child is a man according to science. We're now in science now. What science has taught us. So Minir, you are the one that can have children of boys that you're looking for. Because a woman only has X, she can only release an X chromosome. If in now I release X chromosome, the child will have XX, is a girl. If you release X chromosome and me I release Y chromosome, the child becomes what?
A boy.
A boy. So stop accusing my sisters of their inability to have
A boy child.
boy children. The issue of gender and all these things, mysteriously, they are held in the hands of God. No one can give me a formula today, or I'm busy making a child and I'm planning that child that I'm making there.
You choose
will be
for
a boy.
yourself.
No, it doesn't happen like that.
It does not have the power
God
to choose.
is the one that decides. But if you want to run away to science, science also justifies what I've just explained. To say women are not at fault. Sometimes there are women who can't have children because of their infertile. Ne?
Sometimes it's men.
But also sometimes it's you as a brother, you are infertile. The woman is fertile. That is why if they divorce you and marry another man, she will be able to give children to show that she was not a problem. So, but if you go home, they will say, hey, Mosado, I can't no, the problem is the son. The problem is the child. Your son is not fertile to have children. But then we are born again. We saw how in the Bible, women like Hannah, who couldn't give birth, by the supernatural power and intervention of God, after prayers and the belief and faith in God, God would open wombs that are closed, and people will bear children, and families will be happy. Because it created jealousy, the story of Hannah.
Yeah.
With the issue of the man had another wife who was able to give children. So you can understand this family setup. When you go to this one, now this one is barren, the other one is fine.
Yeah.
It creates a problem. So I hope this educates us to know how to do family building. That's why it's very important even to go and check your health statuses before you get married, and your health conditions and everything, to see where do you stand as a couple before you start coming to having children and everything. But on the issue of gender, you don't choose. God decide.
Yeah, that's true. One last thing that I also want to address is that we are saying all these things because we want to let you know, Hore, the during pregnancy, it's not the responsibility of one partner. If you want your relationship or your marriage to survive during pregnancy, support each other, especially on the issues on the side of men. Men struggle to be there, even emotionally, be there, be supportive wherever way you can. Don't make your partner to feel lonely and feel alone, because pregnancy affects your what's the right word, your emotions. But I needed this, it deals with your emotions, so it's easy for us to take even little things and all of that. But if you have someone who they put their efforts, they support you, you appreciate that, and it becomes so easy. Because also stress during pregnancy can cause a lot of things. You can give birth prematurely. You can there are a lot of things that can happen to a woman who is stressed, who's worried about a lot of things. So as a man, if you know that you are not ready to have a child, don't have a child, because you must be there to support your time emotionally and all of that. So let's do better. The journey of pregnancy, I'm the one who's carrying the child, but it is not only for me, it is for both of us. So we need to make sure that we play this role and understand that it's a season that is full of sacrifice. Linda, it's a sacrifice that I'm carrying someone, I'm the one feeling the pains and all of that. But if I know that I'm having my husband by my side, it becomes easy. And even if you can experience some challenges throughout the pregnancy, but if you have a supportive partner, I'm telling you, it becomes easier. So I believe we're going to do better, and pray for your marriages even during pregnancy, because of many couples, they divorce, many couples, they fight during pregnancy because of these issues. We might speak about them and look like it's something light, but if we can have people who testify and tell us their relationship during pregnancy, you'll hear stories.
Yeah.
You'll hear stories. But yeah, that's the end of what we're talking about today, the seasons of marriage during pregnancy. I hope you learned something. Even if you are not yet married, I believe it enlightens something when you get married, how you should behave as a man, as a woman, and so that you can do things better. Thank you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, don't forget to like and subscribe. And any issues, you can comment below, and so that you get more of the RAFAPA'S videos. Make sure that you switch on the notification bell. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. It's a beautiful journey, a beautiful life to share. It's a testimony. Living with the RAFAPA'S.